welcome back to my channel for another video, and welcome if you're new here. My name is Sarah. I'm a homeschooling mom to 4 kids, and I'm also a former high school math teacher. Today I'm going to chat about some mindset shifts you might need to make about math and teaching it in your homeschool. It's the subject everyone loves to hate, right? Well, I hope this will be helpful and encouraging to you, and stick around until the end because I have a fun giveaway I'm running this month that I don't want you to miss out on. Okay, so each night at dinner, our family takes turns sharing our highs and lows for the day. It's a tradition we started a couple of years ago. One of my fitness boot camp instructors used to have us share our highs and lows from the workout at the end of each class, which I hated doing, but I really like doing this with my family. It's a really fun tradition. Well, I remember one night, this was a while back, but one of my daughters said that her high for the day, what had made her feel the best, was finishing her homeschool math lesson. I figured she was just happy to be done with it because she had struggled with the lesson. But when I asked her to clarify, she told us how proud she was of herself for figuring everything out and persevering. And I was proud of her too, not just because she finally understood some difficult multiplication problems, but because she was gaining skills she didn't even realize would benefit her across the board, like that perseverance and that feeling that you get when hard work pays off. As a former high school math teacher, I can't stress enough the importance of helping our kids build a strong foundation in mathematics early on. Not only does it obviously increase their chance of success as they move through algebra and beyond, but it can alleviate math anxiety, lead to a greater appreciation for the subject, and possibly even help them enjoy it. As a teacher, so often I would see kids barely scrape by, earn a passing grade, and then struggle in future courses, hating math and believing that they were bad at math, which I don't really think was the case. Fortunately, as homeschooling parents, we have an opportunity to do better. Often though, we need a mindset shift, especially if we think that we are bad at math or had a poor math experience in our own education. Sometimes we have to change our way of thinking to change how we approach math with our kids. The math lessons aren't going to go away. So I want to take a look right now at 3 ways that we as parents might need to adjust our attitudes to better our kids and our own homeschool math experience. I bet you can guess the question I was constantly asked as a math teacher. Why do we have to learn this? I got asked this at least once a week. So why do you teach math in your homeschool? Maybe this seems like there is an obvious answer, but this answer might be different for every family, even for every child, depending on your goals, situation, and even worldview. But sometimes math can be a struggle for kids because it's hard for them to see the relevance and application of what they're doing. So I would encourage you to make this clear to them. Just as you may have a homeschool mission and vision statement, think about your why for teaching math, especially in the day and age where we carry calculators around in our pockets on our phones. What do you want your kids to know and be able to do after they finish their curriculum? What's the end goal? It's a question that can be challenging, and you may have to wrestle with it a bit, but you'll probably be asked it by your kids at some point. So share your why with them and make sure that what and how you are teaching is helping you accomplish your goal. When your kids begin to struggle with something, you'll have a reason to stay encouraged. I truly believe that people who say that they are bad at math aren't really bad at math. There are so many different types of learners, different types of math learners, and different ways to approach problem solving that to just throw your hands in the air and claim that you're bad at math is selling yourself short. Math is all around us. It's in everything we do. It's in art, electronics, engineering, music, sports, video games, you name it. It's much more than simply a worksheet filled with algebra equations. And we have to watch when we make comments like this in front of our kids because they can begin to internalize those same thoughts. They will decide whether or not they are good or bad at math based on one concept they are struggling with, or by watching a sibling who doesn't seem to struggle with math at all and they forget the big picture. Motivation can decline because they begin to believe that you're either born good at math or you aren't. However, we want to help promote a growth mindset in our kids and help them realize that intelligence is not fixed and that they can overcome things that they struggle with. And the beauty of homeschooling is that we can come alongside them and figure out the best way to help them learn. This takes practice and an intentional focus on our words whenever our kids want to pout in a fixed mindset attitude. For example, when one of my kids gets frustrated and says, "I can't do this," I like to ask them, "What can you do? And how can I help you figure this out?" It helps them to see that they do know something, and if they keep working at it, they absolutely can figure it out. Or I learned once that it can be helpful to teach our kids to add on the word yet, as in, "I can't do this yet." When they say they can't do something, reply with, "You can't do this yet," which reinforces the idea that they will get it and they can do it. Another thing I like to do is to have them ask questions instead of just saying, "I don't get it." It's empowering for our kids to understand what exactly they don't understand, and it helps them realize that they can find the answer. On the same note, when they come to you for help, instead of just working out the problem for them or showing them how to do it, assist them in figuring it out on their own by asking guided questions. Overall, try to incorporate different activities and strategies in your math lessons, because if there's a concept your kids are struggling with, it doesn't mean they can't do it. They just might need the material presented in a different way. I have one child who aces pretty much all of his assignments, and another who will frequently get everything wrong on the first go round. Now, I am not a perfect homeschool parent. I hate to admit that there are occasions that I get upset when every single problem is wrong. Like, were you even paying attention to me at all during your lesson? It can be really frustrating, but you can guess how this ends when I act this way. Never well, usually with tears, and almost always with me eating my words and having to go back and apologize. And when I stay calm, slow down, and actually take the time to ask her to explain how she got the answer she did, I can help her figure out where she went wrong. We don't want our kids to fear being wrong. We have to recognize that even when answers are seemingly wrong, there's more to learning math than just getting the right answer the first time, every time. That being said, I would encourage you to give careful thought to how you grade math assignments in your homeschool. Remember that we have the opportunity in homeschooling to not just end the lesson with a page of wrong answers, marking down a bad grade and being done with it. When I go through an assignment the first time, I like to circle answers my kids need to take a closer look at, then give it back to them to work on until they get it right. Sometimes I do need to reteach, approach the problem in a new way, or have them explain their thinking to me. But all of these are valuable and empowering ways for our kids to learn from their mistakes. I will also recommend a book to you. This is the book Teach by DiNoia. You might know him as Mr. D Math. This book offers some great strategies that I've adopted in my homeschooling regarding how I grade some of our math assignments. If you are interested in helping your kids become great mathematical thinkers rather than just focusing on getting the right answer or getting something wrong, I definitely recommend checking this out. Now, yes, there is a time and place where answers need to be precise and correct the first time through, when getting the right answer is important. But it's not when every math lesson ends with everyone wanting to pull their hair out or run and hide in a closet, right? Help your kids build confidence in their abilities early on, appreciate the learning process, and the rest will follow when the time comes. Okay, I know I said there were only 3 mindset shifts, but you get a bonus. If nothing else soaks in from what I've said, let this be it. Your relationship with your kids matters more than the math assignment. This is the mindset that we need to embrace, not just about math, but about every subject we teach our kids. It's when we truly realize this that we are able to stay calm during those days our kids are frustrated. It allows us the flexibility to realize when something isn't working, that it's okay to change and try something new, and it allows us to give our kids grace when they get all of those answers wrong, or they really weren't paying attention to the lesson. Okay, so no matter what your thoughts about teaching math are, I hope that these tips will help you build that happier math experience in your homeschool. And to help one of you with this even more, I'm really excited to be partnering with Mr. D Math to give away a copy of his book, Teach, this month. So I briefly mentioned it already, but this is a book that I think will empower you, change how you homeschool, and help your kids take confident control of their learning. Dennis, or Mr. D Math, is known in the homeschool world for his online curriculum and classes, which cover math topics, life skills, test prep, and more. So not just math like you might think. There are a lot of great options for courses at Mr. D Math. Dennis is a former teacher as well who left his career in a system that failed to help develop what he calls independently responsible learners. And so he turned his effort to the homeschool market and private tutoring to teach kids how to learn, which is so important and probably one of your goals in homeschooling, to teach your kids how to learn and love learning. So this book is a result of the discoveries that Dennis made over years of experience working with kids, showing them how to take control of their learning. So you are going to learn great strategies that you can use and implement right away to foster a love of learning in your homeschool, help your kids set goals, and give them valuable skills that transfer to many areas of their lives. Entering the giveaway is super easy. Simply hit the like button, the thumbs up on this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment below sharing your biggest takeaway from this video, or something you have learned in teaching math to your kids in your homeschool. This giveaway is going to run through April, and I will draw a winner from the comments at the end of the month. And I'm leaving a link to the Mr. D Math website in the description below. Make sure to go check it out so you can either purchase a copy of his book or take a look at some of the other courses that are offered. Thank you so much for watching, friends. Good luck. I can't wait to see who wins a copy of this book, and I will see you next time.